Welcome to the Revenge Story Times channel. Andrew decided to go upstairs that evening, seeking solitude in the bedroom while his stunning 27-year-old wife, Maggie, was preparing to go out with her friends. The last time she had gone out, Andrew had felt uneasy about it, and the thought of it becoming a regular occurrence wasn't something he could easily come to terms with. They lived in Portland, Oregon, a city known for its vibrant nightlife, and Maggie had been embracing it more frequently. When she noticed his worried expression, she sighed. "You're not going to mope about this, are you?" she asked. Andrew's gaze lingered on the sleek black dress laid out on the bed, paired with the delicate lavender lingerie she had chosen. She looked incredibly beautiful in them. "I don't think I've seen these before," he remarked, his voice laced with suspicion. Maggie seemed a bit uncomfortable. "I bought them earlier this week," she confessed, avoiding his eyes. Andrew paused for a moment, then walked to the bathroom. When he returned, he was holding a more modest set of lingerie from the laundry basket. "So, is this what a husband is supposed to accept?" he asked, holding up the plain beige bra and panties in one hand while gesturing to the barely there lavender set with the other. "For some strangers you haven't even met," he added, scrutinizing her closely. "Is this just a night out with the girls, or is there something more?" Maggie's expression shifted from surprise to anger as she met his gaze. "No," she shouted, her voice rising in protest. "There's no one else. How could you even think that?" Andrew ignored her outburst and carefully picked his words. "When you go out with your friends, you don't dance with other men, get too close, or flirt with them, do you? How could you even suggest that?" Maggie shot back, her voice filled with indignation. "I suggested it because I know more about your friends than you think," he responded calmly. "One's divorced, and you're the only one still married. Do you really expect me to believe that when they're out looking for fun, they wouldn't try to drag you into their world?" "It's none of your business what they do," Maggie snapped, her anger flaring. "I'm not condemning them," Andrew replied evenly. "You're all free to make your own choices." Maggie narrowed her eyes. "Are you telling me not to go? Is that even a choice?" "I'm not telling you not to go," Andrew said, his voice steady. "I'm just telling you that I don't think this behavior is appropriate for a married woman. I believe your friends are putting you in situations that could end badly for us." Maggie's face, ridden with fury, twisted. "Are you seriously suggesting that one night out with my friends could endanger our marriage? Don't be so insecure. I always come home to you. What's the issue?" "The issue," Andrew began, raising his hand to stop her from speaking, "is that you're the most beautiful woman I know, and you're going to clubs with single women. I don't trust you. Add alcohol and attention from men into the mix, and that's a recipe for disaster. Our marriage is already on shaky ground because you think this," he pointed to her almost bare outfit, "is something I should just accept without question." Maggie turned back to the mirror to finish applying her makeup, dismissing his concerns. "I promised them I'd be there at 10. You're just trying to make me late." Andrew took a deep breath, trying one last time. "You also promised to respect your husband. It seems like you're willing to break that promise. Or do your friends' feelings mean more than mine? What's wrong with you? Don't you trust me?" she snapped, her frustration evident. "I'm just going out for drinks with the girls. That's all. Now leave me alone." Andrew sighed, his voice full of concern. "It's not that I don't want to trust you, Maggie. It's that I can't help but worry when you're out every Friday night with women who don't exactly have the best history in relationships. And I'm left wondering if you'll end up in a situation where boundaries are crossed." "I would never do that," Maggie insisted, but Andrew interrupted her. "Gail bragged about her adventures on social media last week. She's one of your closest friends, and that's exactly what she did. How long before you start thinking it's harmless too? As long as I don't find out." Maggie stood silently as Andrew continued, his tone unwavering. "If you want to go dancing, invite me along. If you want to be around strangers, flirting and letting loose, then be honest with me, and we can end this charade right now." "You're being so insulting," she shouted, her temper boiling over. No, I'm being realistic. I don't think you're just looking for a harmless night of fun. I'm willing to believe you haven't crossed any lines yet, but that's the choice I'm giving you. Stay or leave, but remember, I have a choice too. If you walk out that door tonight, you can enjoy your evening, but I won't be here when you return. Andrew had laid everything out for her. He had given Maggie every opportunity to understand his feelings and his desire to repair their marriage. Now, the choice was hers. You're joking, right? Maggie retorted, her voice full of anger. In all their years together, Andrew had never seen her this upset. No, he replied quietly. If you want to dress like your friends and go out drinking and dancing every Friday, you can. But I'm telling you now, sitting at home waiting for you to come back late is not a future I'm willing to accept. He paused before turning toward the door. I'll be downstairs when you've made your decision. Maggie sat in front of the mirror, her mind racing. She hadn't cheated, but the temptation had been there. Last week, she had been embraced by a stranger in a moment of weakness. Still, she couldn't deny how much she enjoyed the attention from men at the club. It made her feel desired in a way Andrew's compliments didn't. After all, he was her husband. He was supposed to think she was beautiful. But the men at the club, they were captivated by her, and that excited and thrilled her. Downstairs, Andrew sat at his laptop, filling out an online form, his mind made up. He heard Maggie coming down the stairs. Was she staying, or was she leaving? She was dressed in a short, tight blue dress that accentuated her long legs, wearing high heels that made her look even more stunning. He remained silent, watching her. Would she invite him to join her, or was she still determined to go out with her friends? She paused for a moment, then spoke. I'm leaving. We can talk tomorrow. Andrew shook his head slowly, returning to his computer without looking at her. Maggie stood there, unsure if he was serious. She didn't even hear the front door close behind her as she left. He finished filling out the form, attached the link to an email, and clicked send. Then he went upstairs, packed a couple of suitcases, and made a decision. On Monday, he would tell his boss that he had accepted the job offer in Seattle. In Maggie's family group chat, Andrew wrote, "Hello, everyone. I'm sorry you have to find out like this, but Maggie has made it clear she needs more excitement than I can offer. I've sent you the link to our divorce statement via email. It's been an honor to be part of your family, but I hope you understand why I'm choosing to cut contact with all of you." Andrew had one last thing to do. He went to the printer, took a piece of paper, and wrote something on it. He taped it above their wedding photo, above the fireplace, and then turned off his phone, stepping outside. He waited for his taxi. Meanwhile, Maggie had just sat down at a table in the club, chatting with her friend Lisa, when her phone rang. If this is Andrew begging me to come home, she muttered irritably, but the call wasn't from Andrew. It was from her older sister, Catherine. Where on earth are you right now? Catherine's voice was urgent. I'm at the club with my friends, Maggie replied defensively. Why, does Andrew know? Yeah, he knows. Why are you asking? Maggie felt a wave of discomfort. How did he take it? Catherine's voice grew more exasperated. He wasn't thrilled, but I told him we'd talk tomorrow. Maggie said, trying to sound casual, well, good luck with that. He dumped you. If you don't believe me, check your email. Lisa stared in disbelief as Maggie quickly opened her email app. Even in the club's dim lighting, Maggie's face drained of color as she read the message. Catherine had called because the message was addressed to the whole family. Her phone rang again. This time, it was her father. What did you say to Andrew? Her father demanded, his voice tinged with anger. That man treated you like a queen, and you wanted more? No, Dad, it's not like that. I just felt trapped. I needed one night a week to go out and have fun, but Andrew didn't want me to, and now he's leaving. You might not have seen it, but the rest of us did, her father continued. He was the best you were going to find. I hope your friends enjoy it. Thank you for listening. Until the end, see you in the next episode of Revenge Story Times. Take care of yourself and your loved ones. Goodbye.